Way as the Magruder Colonels take the ball with 3rd down and about 6. Pitches to Miller to the left side. Tries to get around Bryant, but Bryant hangs tough there and brings Miller down.
Tremendous play by Bryant from his right defensive end position. Strung the play out. Pulled off the block and made the tackle.
2 tough players going at it there.
Doug Miller and Ernest Bryant. You better believe it. They're both seniors.
Bryant's bigger than Miller, but Miller runs tough, and he's played quite a game. 10 holder, back to punt. He gets it off, and it's a good one.
That's a fine, fine kick.
Darrell Taylor.
Darnell Taylor around the left side. That's a clip. There's a clip.
He's knocked out of bounds at about the 45. Flag was thrown. The referee was right there. Saw that one with any problem.
Yes, Darnell Taylor went around the left side, Kelly. Scott Crawford had the angle on him, and his blocker came and made the block from behind. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty from the point of the foul, and that's going to put the Seneca Valley Screaming Eagles deep in their own territory.
I hate to dwell on it, but once again, every series in this half, Seneca Valley's had a penalty, and you saw the coach's reaction there.
Yeah, that was Terry Shanguris looking at the coach, I tell you.
That can kill you.
He's really disappointed. Those mental mistakes, as we've seen in the past, can really cost a football team. And it's a trademark of the Magruder Colonels with Roy Lester's coaching. I tell you, they make very few mistakes.
Well, Dave Young told us there
we had a clip
the
on the
quarter.
run back by the offense for half the distance.
All right, a clipping penalty on the play. Dave Young told us a little earlier, Lester keeps coming at you. They keep coming at you. The athletic director for Seneca Valley told us.
Yeah, you look at these Magruder football teams, and they're so sound fundamentally. They make very few mistakes. They stay in the game. They keep it close, and somehow they always find a way to win.
Randy Cook at quarterback for Seneca Valley.
It's a straight dive play off a right guard.
Just a pile of players there. Seneca going back to basics. That's what got them success through this season, is they're 4-1. They're coming off a 6-4 year last year, trying to reestablish the dominance of previous years. Good solid play. We got 2nd down and 7 yards to go for a 1st down.
Quick pitch outside. It's number 32. That's a superb tackle there.
Brian Blessing on the carry for Valley.
As Mark Tenholder, number 80, making an outstanding arm tackle. He just grabbed a hold of his jersey and pulled him to the ground.
3rd down and 4 now for Seneca Valley. This is an important 3rd down with 9:53 to go in the game. They're behind by 7 points, and they haven't been able to get much going this half.
They certainly haven't. My feeling again is they're going to have to put the ball in the air to have a chance to score against this Magruder defense.
The only time they appeared to threaten was when they recovered a fumble at midfield after punting from deep in their own zone, but they weren't able to move the ball then. They fumbled and Magruder recovered. Another flag has been thrown, a delay of game against Seneca Valley.
Yes, sir.
This is the kind of thing that drives coaches crazy.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, Kelly, it'll be 3rd and 9, and that's going to force them to throw the football.
And from that deep in your own zone, that makes all the difference in the world.
Delay of game. Once the ball is spotted, you have 30 seconds to put it in play.
Weaver is into the game now. Darnell Taylor is out with 3rd down and 8 to go.
It's Weaver out to the left, Kelly.
The blitz is on, but there was movement. Flags thrown.
Yeah, the movement looked like on the right-hand side of that offensive line. Illegal procedure. Screaming the Eagles. 5 more yards.
False start on the offense, 5 yards.
Instead of 3rd and 9, we'll have 3rd and 14 as they continue to go backwards.
I'm afraid it's a broken record.
Yeah, we've talked about that false start. Once those down linemen put their hands down in the set position, you cannot move until the ball is snapped.
This is the 2nd week in a row we've seen a team shoot themselves in the foot with mistakes like this, and Seneca Valley's too good to have this happen. Randy Cook at quarterback, trying from deep in his own zone, 3rd and 13. He's looking to throw. He's got to throw. He hits Darrell.
That's a
Darnell
great
Taylor.
throw.
Darnell Taylor, and that's a first down, folks.
That's a first down. We're talking 3rd and 14. And
At
they're
the
up to
35.
That's an outstanding throw. And here comes the second look. There's a fake up the middle, rolls to the right,
Play action pass.
and Darnell Taylor's wide open in that deep zone.
Screaming Eagles, a team that supposedly can't pass, comes up and surprises everybody with a great play on 3rd down. So much for experts, huh?
There's some
And
confusion.
they're on the move. 9:25 left in the 4th quarter. Cook looks to pass. He runs out of the pocket though, trying to go to his left. He's brought down on a nice tackle by Redmond.
Danny Redmond, linebacker there, making an outstanding tackle.
He's made some key defensive plays for Magruder. He was the one who made the hit on Cook, forcing a fumble that went into the air that 10 Holder grabbed and ran for a touchdown. And that's been the difference here as Magruder leads Seneca Valley 10-3. Darnell Taylor splits to the near side. Weaver splits to the far side. There's an I formation. Blitz is on. Cook looking to throw, and there's
my
no chance.
gracious, what an outstanding defensive play.
Doug Miller, and that's the nose guard, number 60, John Harrison, and he's
John
played
Harrison.
a whale of a game.
Yes, sir. That outstanding, tenacious defense of the Magruder Colonels, smothering quarterback Randy Cook.
They blitzed on 2nd down there and pushed Randy Cook back to his own 30-yard line.
It's a loss of 9, Kelly. We'll bring up another 3rd and looks like about 16 yards to go.
Seneca Valley's going to have to possibly get a little reckless here. Taylor is split far side.
Here comes the blitz. There's a pitch to the right, reverse,
A reverse.
and 10 Holder and company. Smell it out, and there's a big loss on the play.
I guess they did get a little reckless. Tried some fancy business there.
A little razzle-dazzle.
The pitch was to 32, Blessing. He then pitched to Darnell Taylor, coming back the other way, but 10 Holder and the Colonel saw it. One of the reasons was it was set very deep in the backfield. High snap, but Taylor, being the athlete that he is, pulls it down. Gets a good kickoff and a
great
good
kick.
Seneca Valley roll so that the Colonels won't have as good field position as they might have.
I see Roy Lester has put Tim Holton back that time to receive the kick, and he made no attempt at making a catch. So
Well-
with 7:06 to play, it looks like they're content to just have the football and perhaps run out the clock here and rely on that defense.
Well, you said earlier, Billy Gordon, that Roy Lester and coaches like Seneca Valley's coach, Terry Chancturian, coach good fundamentals. And Lester's going to make sure that his Colonels don't make mistakes here with 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, you can look for these guys to run the ball from here on out. There's Doug Miller falling down. Looks like he slipped.
That was uncharacteristic, but Seneca Valley had that sniffed out. There was no way Miller was going to go very far on that as they went to the outside on that sweep real quick. Big loss for the Colonels. They have been dominant offensively in this half. Seneca Valley has not been able to get much going. 2nd down and 14 with 6:33 left in the 4th quarter. Power I. A keeper by McLean, and that looked like there was a mix-up of signals.
It certainly did. As Ernest, he ran right into the arms of Ernest Bryant.
Rather than risk a fumble, though, he didn't try to do too much with the play. McLean just held on to it, took the loss.
And Bryant's down and seems to be hurt. Troy Turner also in on that last tackle.
There have been no injuries so far in this game, thankfully. Hopefully Bryant isn't seriously hurt, but there have been a number of guys who've gotten their bells rung, which tells you just how hard they're hitting out there.
Yeah, a lot of contact, some ferocious hitting on the part of both clubs.
All right, with Bryant down on the field, we're going to take a quick break now with the score, Magruder 10, Seneca Valley 3.
After this joyride, I'm out of the crash dummy business for good.
But Vince, it's a great job. Heck, they'd have to pry me away from it.
Anybody home? Larry, they do pry you away from it.
Oh, yeah.
For years I've been eating steering wheels. For what?
To prove how safety belts save lives.
But thousands die every year in car accidents because they don't buckle up.
Vince, we're dummies. We don't wear safety belts.
Larry, you really know how to hurt a guy. Hit it!
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
With third down now, Magruder tries to go outside. They don't get much, and it brings up a fourth down. Seneca Valley will get the ball back with about 5 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the ball game.
Yeah,
they're down by 7 points.
That's an uncharacteristic play there by the Colonel. I'm surprised to see him going wide with third and long. Ball carrier ran out of bounds, stopping the clock.
Well, you know, that series wasn't very fashionable. They didn't do too much in that series. Looked like they were afraid to really execute. 10 holder on the punt. Darnell Taylor, he's got it. He can be dangerous. He breaks a couple tackles, but
Whoa.
then is nailed at about the 44. They are hitting out there. They are hitting 40, number 40. Is
Yeah,
that 40?
it's Ephraim Jamil and
That was actually number 43, Kirk Romanchuk,
Romanchuk.
on that hit.
It's outstanding punt coverage by the Colonels.
J.C. Lee comes out of the ball game. We've got 5:44 left in the game with Magruder up by 7. Darnell Taylor comes out. Weaver is split near side now as Randy Cook calls the signals for Seneca Valley.
Here comes the blitz.
They're coming again.
Here
They're
comes
coming
the
again.
blitz, and he won't get rid of it.
Randy Cook isn't getting any time to set up now as Magruder is just nailing him. The line is not picking up the blitz, and they are not making any secret of it, Billy.
That's Danny Redmond again, the linebacker who came. 10 holder was also in on that blitz. And at this point in time, with Seneca Valley being forced to throw the ball, I can look for Roy Lester's defense to send a linebacker or two every play.
And the reason that may be the case is Seneca Valley just does not have a strong passing game. Although Randy Cook did throw a good pass in the last series, he's throwing here to Taylor and completes it. Nice catch by Taylor.
Nice grab by Taylor. Outstanding cut. Tim Holton.
Pass was thrown behind Taylor, but Taylor showed good concentration. But they were 2nd and 23 on that.
Look at the replay there. We had a little cushion. The Colonels have a little cushion now. It's third down, and it looks like about 13 yards. So those corners can lay back and just prevent that pass from going past the first down marker.
Oh, and as they say, you got to take what the defense gives you, so they may have to throw underneath it here and hope the receiver can run for the first down.
Weaver's out wide to the right, and he's being single covered. So let's keep an eye on him.
Cook's getting time this time. Good blocking. He looks to run, though, and is pushed out of bounds at about the 45.
Excellent coverage that time by the Colonels. As Cook looked downfield, there was no one open, and wisely made a decision not to throw the football.
John Harrison knocked him out of bounds, but Cook actually will stand in there a little longer. The blocking by Seneca Valley was very good on that play. But he's a running quarterback, and he's got those quick feet, wanted to get outside. Taylor is punting again.
Oh,
He's very consistent.
Whoa, outstanding
Very
punt.
consistent.
I'm telling you, this guy can really kick a football.
Goes out of bounds at about the 11-yard line, Billy.
Shit.
It's another 50-yard kick.
I'm very, very impressed with Darnell Taylor, the senior safety, cornerback, place kicker, punter, runner, do everything guy.
He's a coach's dream.
Yeah.
There is a flag on the field, however. Most of this game, Seneca Valley has been on the bad end of those flags, and it's hurt them. And they haven't been able to move this half. Again, it's against Seneca Valley. They've thrown a ball player out, and it may be Myron Weaver, number 24, possibly.
It looked like there was a personal foul called and an ejection, but unfortunately the official didn't turn on his microphone, so we couldn't hear.
Well, it wasn't Myron Weaver because he's back on the field.
Magruder's going to maintain possession, and they're going to walk off.
Had a personal foul
Okay, here we go.
against Green. Player was ejected.
They didn't name the player, but there was a player kicked out of the game, an ejection.
It was a personal foul after the kick was made, so the infraction was marked off from the point where the ball went out of bounds.
And Colonel's improved field position.
Yeah, instead of having the ball at the 15-yard line, they're at the 30. Not much time left, Kelly.
No, Seneca Valley has been hurt big by penalties in this ball game, the whole game. 3:59 on the scoreboard clock. Andy McLean been at quarterback all the way for the Colonels, but very consistent.
Look for Doug Miller. Doug Miller going left and right for the Colonels for the next couple of times. They're going to try and eat up some time on that clock.
They're going to stay on the ground. Didn't get much on that one, though. 2nd down and 10. Seneca Valley has 2 of its timeouts, I believe, because they took one early in the half, just after their during their first possession. So they don't have all of their timeouts in this crucial time. Scoreboard clock has the time at about 3:15 to go in the 4th quarter. McLean hands to Miller. He gets some yardage there, following the blocking, good blocking of his line.
And again, Doug Miller left, Doug Miller right. That time going behind his left guard.
And number 78, Alan Holtz, was in on the stop there for Seneca Valley.
You know, we probably need to talk a little bit about those guys up front for the Colonels. Sasha Heyer and Kyle King at the tackles, and John Tiles and Brian Hines at the guard. And Big Gene Kutsos at the center, opening up holes for Doug Miller all night.
Too often we don't credit the lines of teams, especially teams like this who have 2 solid lines, both offensively and defensively. Again, Miller gets the carry. Boy, he's tough.
And you can see Ernest Bryant and company for that football, trying to create a turnover.
But you can see a quality back. He wrapped his arms around that ball, and he's determined not to let him get it.
Okay, Doug Miller coming into this game had 112 carries for 433 yards, and Kelly, he's certainly increased that total tonight.
I would not be surprised if he's close to 100 yards in this ball game, because he had a couple of longer runs.
Exactly.
In the second half, he pounded away in the first half, not for big yardage, but for respectable yardage. We've got a timeout on the field with 2:13 left. Not much time for Seneca Valley, but they're only 7 points behind. Anything can happen, so it's still a ball game for sure.
Help your child deal with stress, drugs in school, and peer pressure. That's stress, drugs in school, or peer pressure. Watch for Parents Only on Tuesdays at 8:30 and Fridays at right here on Cable 52. That's For Parents Only on Cable 52 MCPS television.
We hope you're enjoying our Montgomery County High School game of the week. We are bringing it to you every week on Saturdays on Channel 52. Whitman and Blair play next week, and there's Roy Lester, and he has to be feeling pretty good about his team tonight. If they hold on, they go on to 5-1 record. It will be his 202nd win. Next week, Montgomery Blair versus Walt Whitman, October 21st, 10 a.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m. on Channel 52. Play resumes now. 4th down for the Colonels. They are going to punt. 10-holder gets it off. Not much pressure by Seneca Valley.
Melvin Brown fumbles the ball,
fumbles it,
and the Colonels fall on it.
The Colonels appear to have it. They do have it. And that may be all she wrote, as Seneca Valley gives up a turnover there. Brown tried to get under it, plant his feet, but it went off his pad.
Here we take a second look here. We see Tenholder with the kick, gets it away. High booming kick. Brown goes to his left. Never had control. And a host of white jerseys swarming on that football. And that could seal the Screaming Eagles' fate, Kelly.
Yeah, because they don't have all their timeouts. 1:56 to go in the ball game. They'll run it for sure. Doug Miller off to the left side.
That's a great tackle by Darnell Taylor. And Darnell's saying that the Screaming Eagles have taken the football. That was an outstanding tackle. And the referee says it's second down, Colonels.
There's 1:26 to go in this game. Magruder is ahead 10-3.
Second and 10, 20-yard line.
1:10 to go now. Second down. Billy Gordon and I are trying to decide who is the star of this game.
That's Andy McLean going to one knee, and once that guy goes to one knee and that whistle blows, you can't hit him.
And a flag has been thrown, and it's on Seneca Valley, very likely.
Well, certainly the defense, both defenses have been outstanding. Danny Redmond and Doug Miller and Mark Tenholder have been outstanding on defense for the Colonels.
Dead ball, personal foul, half the distance.
The Colonels have really been tough in the second half. They've played well both offensively and offensively.
And I guess we'd have to look at Mark Tenholder or Doug Miller. I mean, it's going to be tough to choose one of those guys, I tell you. That's an outstanding player. They've both been superb.
Both superb, both
ways.
Both ways.
Yes, sir.
But Tenholder did score the big touchdown that made it 10-3. You can see the Colonels are now just huddling around the quarterback. They're just going to try and let that clock wind down.
And McLean goes down to one knee. And I don't think the Screaming Eagles can stop the clock anymore, Kelly.
It looks like it's going to be 202 wins for Roy Lester in his 24th season. And Seneca Valley
They do have a timeout.
has called a timeout. It looks like they're going to go to 4-2. This is not a division game for them, however. But they had a shaky Blair last week. They played a tough game tonight, but they had just too many mistakes.
Yeah, a lot of penalties and some crucial turnover. But
you
I
can
tell
see
you,
the coach is reaming them out right now because he knows that they're capable of playing much better, and without those mistakes, this might not have been this outcome.
exactly. The defense of the Colonels came up with the big play, and I think we can attribute that to the defensive philosophy with to blitz. They came out of their regular defense in the entire second half.
And Magruder has been consistent all game. They have not made a lot of mistakes. They threw one interception. They had one fumble. So it's 2 turnovers that I can remember, the Colonels. While Seneca Valley has had a couple more than that and all those penalties.
An inordinate amount of penalties, at least perhaps 12.
All right, play is resumed, but it's not going to be very exciting from this point on. Flag is thrown.
They had an unsportsmanlike foul on the bench. First down.
Okay, that's an unsportsmanlike conduct foul on the Seneca Valley bench.
So obviously frustration showing here as Coach Changuris, who really wanted this game, I am sure. He knows that in terms of talent, the two teams are pretty evenly matched, and he would love to have this game start over again. It's a first down for the Colonels. As a result of that penalty, they've been moving forward on penalties with 41 seconds to go. They're not making any attempt, however, to push it in. They're just trying to run out the clock. The score is 10-3. Magruder up by 7, and it looks like they're going to win their 5th game of the season. And this will certainly improve their ranking. And in a moment, Bill Gordon will head down to the field and talk to the winning coach, Roy Lester, and to our 2 stars of the game. We actually just couldn't, the game is now over. The scoreboard clock was off, and Magruder has pulled off the win, beaten the Screaming Eagles of Seneca Valley 10-3. And in just a moment, Billy Gordon will be talking with the winning coach, Roy Lester, and our 2 stars, Doug Miller and Mark Tenholder.
She drinks a lot, and it got me addicted.
Drinking and taking me so far down, I had to get out of my house.
It made me do things that I never thought I'd do.
If I'm gonna take another and another because I can't control myself, and I'll die.
Hey, yo, alcohol is a drug, and you can get hooked on it. And the younger you start, the more damage you can do. Word.
I'm cool in my way, not by drinking. Now I can see going to college.
Say no, and say yes to your life.
Back here at Seneca Valley Stadium, I'm joined by Lee Branthover, assistant coach for the victorious Magruder Colonels, and our players of the game, Doug Miller, running back and outstanding linebacker, and Mark Tenholder, H-back and also linebacker. First of all, Lee, your feelings on the victory?
Well, we feel real fortunate that we played a great Seneca Valley team. We were fortunate no one got hurt, and we got a couple breaks that went our way, and we were lucky to get out with a win. They got a great team.
Great club up here at Seneca Valley, but the Colonels, I tell you, man, they're a tough club to score on, and again, haven't given up a touchdown in 4 games. Doug Miller, I mean, a tremendous performance from both the line, offensively and defensively. Looks like Coach said you broke your nose.
It certainly looks like it, but I think it's just bloody.
Just bloody?
Yeah.
What we said often going into the game, the first guy hardly ever knocks you down, man. You seem to run through that first tackle. I mean, how can you attribute that?
My blocking, I guess. They give me good blocks on the point of attack, and basically all I have to do is stay up for that first hit, and maybe I can break one.
I agree. We talked about Cooch Sos and Kyle King and Sasha High, and those guys do an outstanding job up front. Mark Tenholder picks up a fumble. Hit from Danny Redmond, runs 50 yards for the winning score. It seems like week in and week out, you come up with a big play.
I don't know how to explain it. I'm just there, looking for the ball, hoping something will happen, and it usually does.
Play an outstanding offense and defense, Mark. This team collectively seems to really move as one on defense. We watch, there's always 3 or 4 guys around the ball. The word is you guys had the best coach in the area. Is that true?
That's true, all of it.
We wanted to have Coach Lester down here, but he's on the team bus. But again, congratulations to the victorious Colonels, and back to you, Kelly, in the booth.
Thank you, Billy Gordon. Once again, our congratulations to our players of the game, Mark Tenholder and Doug Miller, who played outstanding ball for the Magruder Colonels, who actually just dominated in that second half on defense, and they did enough on offense to make it work. Seneca Valley, of course, was plagued by penalties and mistakes most of the game, but 2 very nice, evenly matched teams going at it tonight in an up-county rivalry. We want to remind you that our next high school football game of the week will be Montgomery Blair versus Walt Whitman, Saturday, October 21st, and you can see it at 10 a.m., 6 p.m., and 9 p.m. on Cable 52. We want to thank you very much for being with us tonight for this great game. The final score, the Colonels 10, Seneca Valley 3.